Welcome to From Center Ice. My name is Courtney, and before going into Game 3 against the Edmonton Oilers, I recorded a video having 3 questions for the Blackhawks. Now, after that game, I was stunned, and I didn't end up making another question for Game 4, which we all know by now that they went on to win. So, I am here to tell you how the Blackhawks answered those 3 questions with their play on the ice, and now I have 3 questions for round 1 against Vegas, since the Blackhawks are in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. That's a thing that's real. I'm still not sure how myself, but here we are. So, question 1 for Game 3 against Edmonton. Will the real Jonathan Toews please stand up? Apparently our captain is good again. He did not have a very good Game 2 against the Oilers, but in Games 3 and 4 he showed that he is a true leader, and I wasn't upset with his play on the ice. Question number 2. Is Drake Caggiula the key to the Blackhawks' success? Well, as funny as it may have sounded, I think the results speak for themselves. So, Game 1, we had Drake Caggiula in the lineup. Game 2, Caggiula was suspended for a hit on Tyler Ennis. He came back in Game 3, and the Blackhawks went on to win Games 3 and 4. So, I'd say that Drake Caggiula is the key to the Blackhawks' success, at least against Edmonton. Question number 3 that I posed to the Chicago Blackhawks for Game 3 of the Edmonton Oilers series, and I guess for Game 4 too, since I didn't record a video in between. And that was, can you stay out of the box? The answer, no, we cannot stay out of the box. Alex DeBrincat ended up taking a 5-minute major penalty. Thankfully, Darnell Nurse on the other side took a minor penalty in the middle of that, so it killed off some time. But the Blackhawks still found themselves in penalty trouble in Games 3 and 4 against Edmonton, which is not a good place to be. But in the final game, they went 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. So, I mean, overall, it worked out in our favor, but I would like to see them cut down on the penalties going into round 1 against Vegas. So, now that round 1 is done, Edmonton was eliminated from their home arena. They are the hub city for the Western Conference. They were kicked out of their own arena, out of their own hub. Now we move on to the series against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Well, the Vegas Golden Knights. They didn't include Las, but whatever. Question 1. Will the Blackhawks remember to move their feet on the power play? It sounds like a simple question. It sounds like a simple answer. But we've seen for more years than not that this group of Chicago Blackhawks core, I guess you could call it, some players have come and gone, but Toews, Kane, Saad, Keith. They get on the power play. We have all the firepower in the world, really. If you have Patrick Kane on your team, you're in a pretty good spot on the power play, but they just stand there. And they're still. And I don't know if they get caught just puck watching and watching Patrick Kane just stick handle, but then he stick handles himself into submission because over time the defense just gets closer and closer and closer, and then he has nowhere to go with the puck because nobody's getting open for him. In Game 1 against Edmonton, we saw success on the power play because the people on the ice were moving their feet and getting open for their teammates. So to have success on the power play against Vegas, the first step is moving your feet. Question 2. Will Alex DeBrincat be on the prowl, or will he be taking a cat nap? Alright, that was super cheesy, but I couldn't resist because, cat, right? So, if you're a Blackhawks fan, or if you've been following the team for the past few months of game time, obviously we had the 5-month break, so not including that, but a couple months game time, you will know that Alex DeBrincat has been severely snake-bitten when it comes to scoring goals. Now, he's paid to score goals. He scored a lot of goals last year. This season, not so much. and that continued in the first round as well. He did put up a couple assists, but if you want Alex DeBrincat to be a contributor to your team, you have to have him putting the puck in the net himself. He did start taking a few more shots as the qualifying series went along, but he also whiffed on a lot of pucks, and I have a feeling that once he gets that first one, more will come. Question 3. Now, this isn't so much a question for the Blackhawks as it is just the universe in general, but here we go. Corey Crawford versus Robin Lehner. Will the internet cause me to lose my mind? So if you've been a Chicago Blackhawks fan for any length of time, well, since roughly 2010, you will know that Corey Crawford has been severely underrated in the hockey world. I've heard that some people from other teams' fan bases seem to think that he is overrated, and I don't know where they get those delusions from, because people even within the Blackhawks fan base have hated on this man since he became a regular starter. It has gotten extremely exhausting. He's been my favorite player, at least since he came up in that 2010-11 season. I have gotten into many internet debates and verbal arguments with people over the quality of his goaltending. Now, in the Edmonton series, we saw 3 games that were kind of subpar for a Corey Crawford performance, but he did choose to have his best game of the series in Game 4, and if you recall, he hadn't been on the ice much at all before then. He only came back for the last couple days of training camp and then right into the games because he had tested positive for COVID-19. When they won Game 4, I believe I saw on Twitter that that was only his 14th day back on the ice. So he'd been on the ice for 2 weeks, had to face Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, and was the winning goaltender in the series. The Blackhawks only lost 1 game to the Edmonton Oilers, and I know it doesn't feel like it. At least to me it doesn't feel like it, because that series was beyond stressful. It felt like they were just going to score at will, and they did at times. But Corey Crawford came away with the win. He put up an amazing performance in Game 4, and yes, he got some help from the posts and his defenders, but sometimes you have to be lucky to be good, and you do need the whole team contributing, whether that also be the goalpost or not. So my question is, I know that Robin Lehner was a fan favorite when he had his few short months here in Chicago. I myself was a big fan of Robin Lehner. I thought they should have re-signed him, but we saw how that played out. And now people are really looking forward to this matchup between Crawford and Lehner because he is the confirmed starter for Game 1 tonight. So I'm not really looking forward to all of the hot takes on the internet. It may cause my brain to explode if things do not go the way of the Blackhawks, but that remains to be seen. We won't know until the games are played. I'm already seeing some things that I'm just like, oh, keep scrolling, just ignore it. But we shall see how it goes. It takes a whole team to win, not just your goaltender, but of course, I mean, if he plays really well, then the win was all on him. Just kidding. So that is it for my 3 questions video heading into the series against the Vegas Golden Knights. My goal is to put up one of these after every game leading into the next one. I will also be putting out podcast episodes, so make sure you check those out. The Blackhawks are in the 2020 Stanley Cup Playoffs. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be stressful. It all starts tonight at 9:30. I hope you are as ready as I am, and let's just have some fun with it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button to catch more From Center Ice content. If you could, hit the like button on this video, maybe share it with a friend or two. And while you're here, check out the podcast playlist and catch up on some old episodes. We will catch y'all next time. Bye!